Welcome back. In this video, you're going to learn how to calculate formulas across worksheets. If you remember in the last video, I told you we're just going to move to formatting worksheets. But before we start formatting the worksheets, I want to teach you how to calculate formulas across worksheets. What we've been able to do in the last video was just to calculate formulas within a worksheet. But right now you're going to learn how to calculate formulas across worksheets. So the first thing we're going to do, we have this data here. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to have two more of that. Remember, this is monthly budget data. So, and we're going to assume that this is just for one person. So we're going to have one more. Then we're going to have a summary sheet. So you know how to duplicate now. All you need to do is to right click on the sheet, then come to move or copy. We're still going to create it within the same worksheet. So within the same workbook, which is formula. So where do I want it to be? I want it to be before sheet 3. Okay, so I'm creating a copy of that. And now I have another one. So let's rename this. Let's call this Joy. So this particular budget is for Joy, while this is for John. Do you understand that? So we now have two of that. So I want us to make one more of that, which is the summary sheet. So we're still going to go to move or copy, then let it come before sheet 3, then create a copy of that. Then we have another John, which is a duplicate of it. Then we're now going to rename it to summary. A summary of the budget of Joy and John. So currently, if you look at Joy, we have January to December. We have the income, we have the expenses, then we have the balance. So I just want us to just alter some of these values for John. Maybe we should make this one 70. And let's make this one 40. We can change this one to 75. Then this one to 43. Can change this one to 65. Then this one to 54. Just to vary the values. So we're not doing anything special here. You could leave it the same way. All you want to learn from here is to learn how to calculate formulas across the worksheets we have here now. So we have Joy as a worksheet, we have John as a worksheet, then we have the summary sheet. So in this summary sheet, I'm going to delete the values. Don't forget that this is a calculated cell, so you don't have to tamper with that. So it's only absolute values that we're going to delete to December. These ones are just normal values. They are not calculated. So I'm just going to delete all of that from January to December. So I'm going to leave this summary empty. Do you understand that? So I want to calculate the summary of Joy's budget and John's budget. So it means I'm going to add the income of Joy in January. I'm going to add it to the income of John in January. Do you understand that? So that's just what I want to do. Then do it for the rest of the data. Do you understand? Till December. I'll do the same for expenses. Do you understand that? So if I go to summary, I want to calculate across these two worksheets now. So how can I sum up those data on the two sheets. That's what we want to do now. So for January, it's a combination of the data for Joy and John. That's the addition of the two. So how do you do that? So I'm going to teach you how to write the formula first before we look at the shortcut. Do you understand that? So the first thing you're going to do is to enter your equal to sign. Then the next thing that will follow is to look for the sheet name, the worksheet name. So this is the name of the first worksheet, Joy. So you're going to type it. Then you're going to put exclamation mark. Then you're going to look for the cell name, which I have checked the other time. And it is B3. Can you see? B3 is the data. So it's the same for John also. Look at it, B3. So I can go back now to the summary sheet. I'm going to delete this. This came up because I was moving around. That's the way to do the shortcut. But I want to teach you how to write the formula first before we do that. So Joy, exclamation mark, B3. Can you see that? Plus John, exclamation mark, B3. So what this simply says is that, okay, this is the worksheet name. Then on this worksheet, look for cell B3. Then add this B3 on John worksheet to this and put the sum here. Do you understand that? So when I hit enter key now, I'm going to have it. Can you see it? So this is the value. So if you look at Joy, Joy has 80 in January, John has 70 in January. So if you sum up the two, what happens? You're going to have 150. I hope you understand that now. Okay, that's fine. So you now know how to calculate that. So let's do for expenses also, and let's see how it goes. So for the expenses, you're going to put, before we type, let's try to look for those values we want to add up first. Expenses. So let's check Joy. Expenses for Joy in January is C3. Expenses for Joy in January, for John in January is C3 also. Can you see that? So it means we're dealing with C3 on each of the worksheets. So let's go to the summary. So we're going to type equal to Joy. Don't forget that this has to be written the way you have the name on the worksheet. Do you understand that? So you can't use small letter J here and expect to have the result, because that will be different from what you used to name that worksheet. So it has to be the exact name you used to save the worksheet. I hope you understand that. So exclamation mark C3 plus John, exclamation mark C3. Do you understand that? So when you hit enter key, you're going to have the answer. So let's check. John has 50,000 in January as expenses, while John has 40,000. So if you add the two, you're going to have 90. Can you see 90 now? So because this is a calculated cell, it's going to be done automatically. Do you understand that? We said it should subtract C3 from B3. Do you understand that? So that's the way it is. Do you now need to do the same for each of these? No. All you need to do once you've done one is to do autofill for the rest. And all of them will be done. Do you understand that? So this is what you need to understand. I hope you understand that. So you could see how easy it is to generate the summary. So I'm still going to delete it and show you the shortcut in doing this. I'm going to delete this. So what's the shortcut to getting this summary done? Now, this is where you want the answer to be. The first thing you have to do is to enter equal to. Do you understand that? Then the next thing you're going to do is to go to that worksheet, then locate the data. This is the data I want to add. Okay, then I'm going to put plus. I've selected it now. If you notice, if you look at the formula bar, you see that this was exactly what we typed the other time. So we're going to move to the next one. Then we're going to, you see, if you look at it very well, look at John. After selecting the worksheet, you could see what is here. So once I select the cell now that contains the data, it will be added here. So let's select it. Can you see that now? B3. So all I need to do now is just to press enter. So once I hit my enter key, I'm going to have the result here. Can you see that? So let's do for expenses for you to master it now. So you're going to first type equals, sign. Then the next thing you're going to do is to go to that worksheet. As you can see, the name of the worksheet has been written. Then the next thing is to select the data, which is C3. Then type plus, because I want to add it to the other data. So I'm going to go to the sheet that has the data. Can you see John? Then the next thing will be to select the data itself. And the next thing I'm going to do is to hit enter key, and it will give me the result. Can you see that? So that is the way to get that done. I hope you understand that now. So instead of you doing the same for all of this, all you need to do is to click it, then come to the autofill. Can you see this? Then drag it down. I've taught you how to do this earlier. Come to this place, drag it down. Do you understand that? Then you're going to have your answers. So the final way to get it done, I'm going to delete it again, and I'm going to show you the way to do that. So the first thing to do is to type equals. Don't forget, in any formula, that's the way to go. Then I'm going to type sum, since that is the function. Then I'm going to open the bracket. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to select the sheet, the first sheet that contains the first value. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to hold my shift key and select the second sheet that has the value. Don't forget that the two of them has the value on the same cell, which is B3. So once I select one, that will be applied to the two sheets. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just to hit enter key, and I'm going to have the answer. Can you see that? So let me do it for expenses also. Press your equal sign. Then the next thing to do is to type sum. We're using sum function. Then open the bracket. So the first argument will be joy. Then hold the shift key on your keyboard. Select John, which is the second worksheet. Because the two worksheets, both Joy and John, because the data we're looking for are on the same cell, which is C3. So we can now select one. Do you understand that? Then once you hit enter key, it's going to be done. Oh, sorry, I used C3 again. Sorry, B3 again instead of C3. So I'm going to edit that. So it ought not to be B3. It ought to be C3. Do you understand that? So once you hit enter key, you're going to have that. But I'm going to take it out and do it again. Equals sum, open the bracket, click the first worksheet, hold shift key, click the second worksheet, then come to select the data. And see C3. for expenses. Then hit enter key and you're going to have it. So for you to generate the rest, just click it and drag through. Click the other one, then drag through. I hope you understand that. So that is the way to actually do that. Now, what if you have a data here that you want to duplicate here? You want it to be right here, maybe just somewhere around here. So all you need to do is to click, just press equal sign, then come to that data, select it. Let's say we want this June data for income to be there. Then I will now hit enter key. That's going to be brought here. Do you understand that? So that's just duplicating the data you have there here. I hope you understand that. So these are things that you need to know when you are calculating across worksheets. So don't forget that when you are dealing with calculations across worksheets, you need to understand that you would mention the worksheet name and also the cell name. That is the cell that contains the data you want to deal with. Do you understand that? So if you look at this now, equals joy B8. Joy tab B8. Can you see that? So joy is the name of the cell, of the worksheet, while B8 is the name of the cell that contains the data. So if you go now to check, look at it. This is joy. C8. Can you see? Sorry, B8. Can you see that? So 90,000. That's why you could have 90,000 here. So what if I say equals joy tab, let's say C7. So it's going to bring that data on joy worksheet and cell C7. Do you understand that? So when you hit enter key, that's what you're going to have. So if you go to joy and C7, this joy worksheet, then C7, look at C7 here. What's there? 56,000. Can you see? So if you go to the summary, you'll see it there. Can you see that now? So that's the way to calculate across worksheets. I hope that is clear now. So what I need you to do is just to do this over and over, practice it, use it to do many things, apply it to so many calculations that you can think of, and I can assure you that you're going to get it. So I'm going to see you in the next video to look at formatting the worksheets. Thank you. See you in the next video.